Tri-State Area Audi dealer today. Tonight at Atlanta, 121 all, 117 to go. Jalen Brunson for 3 of his 34. About 30 seconds to go. The Knicks are down 1. OG Anunoby coming up huge down the stretch. He had 10 rebounds, 1 there, drew a foul, made both free throws. So 9.9 to go. Atlanta down 1, and Anunoby with the defensive play of the night makes the steal, and the Knicks hang on to win in Atlanta. Final score 128 to 125. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pito along with Wally Zerbiak. So these games continue to be one exciting affair after another, except this time it was the Knicks who held the lead, lost the lead. They were up by 18 in the third quarter, but they were able to prevail down the stretch.
That's a huge win. It's not easy to win on the road in the NBA. This Atlanta Hawks team came in struggling, losing 5 in a row. They wanted to get this win really bad, but in order to win games in the NBA, you have to make the key plays down the stretch. The Knicks have Mr. Clutch from last year. Jalen Brunson made a huge shot, and then when it comes to getting a stop, when you really need it, Bridges and OG Anunoby seem to always come through for this squad. What a performance, what a win. They just continue to find a way, multiple guys stepping up.
So Brunson had a run there down the stretch where he made 7 straight points, and then it was Anunoby making 4 straight free throws, and that was the difference. We're going to show his key play on defense in the highlights and later on the Wally wall. But as you said, the Knicks just made, again, I go back to that line about Eric Spoelstra saying about the Knicks. They have a collective will to win.
They do, and you're seeing it. Karl-Anthony Towns, 36 points. OG Anunoby wasn't really involved in the offense much all day, but didn't let that get him down. How about Okongwu just raining threes? Him and Nickeil Alexander-Walker were just wet from deep. That one was a money, big-time bucket right there. Step back, nothing but net. Then JB turns the ball over, up 1. So Alexander Walker gets that bucket. Atlanta actually takes the lead. Brunson misses, but look at this. Give me that rebound. That's a grown man rebound by OG Anunoby. He fouls out Okongwu on that play, hits both free throws. So now it's a 1-point lead for the Knicks. And then Anunoby is going to swoop up a careless play. In this play, not good defense by the Knicks. You escape with a victory because Alexander Walker got an outstanding look. The Knicks were up 3 at that point, so that could have sent it to overtime. You take them however you get them. You bank the wins on the road, and you move on to New Orleans.
Alexander Walker, before that miss, had made 5 threes. And it was wide open, as you mentioned, for a potential overtime. Look at the rebounding differential. That was one of the keys of the game. Knicks 56, Atlanta 38. We talked about it in the pregame. We talked about it at halftime. Atlanta just doesn't have a big. KP is out. He's not healthy. And they just got decimated. And it was Anunoby there on the offensive board, down 1 with the biggest offensive rebound, the biggest rebound of the entire game.
Massive rebounds, and rebounding is becoming a really important part of the game. There was a time where teams like Golden State would play Draymond Green at the center and get away with it. That's not really happening anymore. There's an influx of really dominant big men. You need guys that can clean the glass because those extra possessions, they're so valuable in today's NBA.
We talked about Josh Hart being out. That was the first thing we talked about in the pregame show. As a starter, with him starting, the Knicks are 11-3. Couldn't play tonight because of the bad ankle. What was Mike Brown going to do? No Landry Shamet, no Deuce McBride, no Josh Hart. He goes to Kevin McCullough, who had 35 career minutes, Wally, before tonight. 7 career games before tonight, and he goes for 13 points and 8 rebounds in playing time of 23-29.
Outstanding. And in the Christmas game, Kolek and Clarkson combined for 41 points. Today they combined for 5. So they needed someone else to step up on that bench. And who did? Kevin McCullough Jr. He was just waiting for his moment to get the opportunity. Coach was putting him in here and there to seeing if he was locked in mentally the last couple games, and he was, defensively especially, and then you just saw the floodgates open. This guy has a ton of game. I'm telling you, going back to his career in college, he was a third-team All-American. He could do it all. He was known for his defense. He could really shoot the basketball. He's been riddled with injuries to start his NBA career, but he's put the work in to get himself healthy. The coaches have seen him show that he's healthy, and look at these shots that he made. I mean, just huge contributions, and not just scoring. He's a rebounding machine. He played the 4 a little bit in college, so he's not afraid of contact and rebounding. Filled the box score like Josh Hart in 23 minutes, and he's going to have to continue to do this with Josh Hart out of the lineup because they need a Swiss Army type glue guy like a Kevin McCullough that does all those little things to help you win.
We should also mention Mo Diawara's second career start got in there because Hart didn't play tonight, and he had 5 points and 5 rebounds. As we now bring in Monica McNutt, help call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. Monica, I think we got to give some credit to the coaching staff. Whoever they turn to seems to be ready. We've seen excellent moments from Trey Jemison this year. Huck Porty has obviously come through at times. We all know about Tyler Kolek. And tonight it was McCullough Jr. and also a pretty good contribution from Diawara in the starting 5.
So OG Anunoby was our post-game interview for the radio, and shout out to Pat O'Keefe. He asked OG Anunoby about Kevin's performance tonight, and OG's response was, we're not surprised. We see him do that every day in practice. We know how hard he's working. He just needed an opportunity to show it. And I think we all know how matter-of-fact OG Anunoby is, but is it that simple, right? I don't think simple, sometimes it gets confused for easy, but it is simple in terms of Kevin McCullough Jr. being absolutely ready when his number was called. Now, one detail I will call out that I think is really important as we're seeing younger guys get more opportunity. After his first few minutes in the ballgame, the first time out, assistant coach Rick Brunson had a moment with him. You could tell that it was one of those, hey, take a deep breath, encouragement moments. You got this. And then he proceeded to go on and have a terrific game, guys. And it wasn't about his scoring first. It was about the way that he was creating additional opportunities for the Knicks with his defense and his rebounding.
Yeah, I'm with you, Monica. It all starts with his locked-in focus on the defense and rebounding end of the floor. Mike Brown demands excellence and professionalism. He doesn't care if the shots go in. He knows eventually the shots are going to go in. He doesn't want to see mistakes on that defensive end of the floor. He wants to see you locked in mentally. McCullough Jr. was, and then the shots started to fall, and he filled the box score, and it was fun to watch.
Monica, Karl-Anthony Towns, 36 and 16, also tied a career high with 17 made free throws. He was 17 of 18 from the line. Man, they needed him to score, and he was able to do that tonight.
The first, 3 out of the first 5 possessions were calling Karl-Anthony Towns' number, and I love the way that Mike Brown and his staff decided to set the tone in this ballgame in that way. Guys, one of the things that Quinn Snyder said pregame was that you'd have to figure out how to deal, his Hawks team would have to figure out how to deal with Robinson and Towns, and so it was evident early that the Hawks didn't have an answer for Karl-Anthony Towns. And I love the physicality that he was willing to play with tonight. And then to your point, Pito, to make the Hawks pay for every foul, 17 of 18 from the free throw line is outstanding. The Hawks shot 27 free throws as a team. Towns got 18 on his own.
Yeah, Karl-Anthony Towns. That means, Monica, that means the other team can't guard you. When you're getting to the free throw line, just not happening tonight. Got no matchup for Karl-Anthony Towns. We're going to have to try to play small to make him chase people around at the three-point line. It kind of worked for part of the game, but whenever he wanted to score, he just had a height advantage, a strength advantage, and dominated the interior in the paint. And he also 16 rebounds. Let's not forget, 16 rebounds. That is a massive number.
And, Monica, so much for the Trae Young / Jalen Brunson matchup. Brunson went for 34. Trae Young, 2 of 10 from the floor, had only 9 points.
I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about OG Anunoby. I think it's so important to think about the way that game unfolded in the last 5 minutes, the last 3 minutes, really. 2 sets of free throws that were huge for OG Anunoby, the steal that was big for OG Anunoby. And, guys, he said something that was really interesting to me. And I know we are all giddy, excited, enjoying this run. In the last 5 games, the Knicks have had multiple double-digit comebacks to win. But I asked him about that post-game. I'm like, look, OG, we all love the resiliency and the focus and the grit that's required. But talk to me about what is required in order not to give up a lead, which was on the verge of happening tonight. And he very candidly said, playing with a lead is one of the hardest things you will do in the NBA, because we have come back, teams come back, the way teams shoot the three-point ball, you get to the free throw line, different things happen. And so as much as we praise the comebacks in terms of grit's maybe not my first word that I would have used for tonight's performance, but it is another installment in how this team is continuing, as Jalen Brunson said after the Cup victory, to find ways to win.
Yeah, that's what you got to do at this point of the season. The games are coming quick, and it seems like every single night you have an unsung hero that steps up. And now you got a little bit of a break heading to New Orleans playing the Pelicans, so the Knicks got to find a way to keep this winning going.
Monica, I'm coming to New Orleans. We're going to hang out? Are you going to?
Pito, these are the rules. You got rules when you come hang out with me, okay? You can't talk too much. Don't get on my nerves. And make sure you bring your wallet because you're the rookie on the road, and apparently that means you picking up the tab.
And the donuts. Make sure he brings the donuts.
You got to get beignets first thing in the morning. Set your alarm. It's all the hazing.
All right. On second thought, Monica, I won't be seeing you in New Orleans, okay? We'll see you. Have a good trip there. We'll see you. Mike Brown's post-game comments are coming up. Also, Wally from the Wally Wall breaking down key plays from the final stage.